Hey guys, it's DuskSlayer. Welcome back. Today I've got a Praxis fit that's capable of running havens and hubs. The havens being a little more difficult, and it is totally alpha friendly. Here's the fit we're going to use, and you can see we've got about 1,000 DPS, and we've also got a good amount of tank at 53,000 EHP tank, and it's not so expensive at 280 million. And I'm going to link the fit in the description, and here are the basic skills that are needed also, and I'll also link a skill plan in the description of the video. So with that, let's go ahead and get in some gameplay. Okay, and this one does appear to be a rock haven, so we are going to go ahead and run this site. Current wave, it's showing us 1 out of 6, so we're going to go ahead and target the Corbites first, and get those with our drones and kind of hit the Patriarchs with our missiles. So kind of split it that way. We'll have the drones, if the Corbites, the frigates get in a little closer, the drones seem to be a little more effective at taking them out, and the missiles kind of miss when they're in close like that. So that's the reason we're splitting the missiles out onto the Patriarchs and having the drones tackle the little guys. We're not always going to do it this way though, so we're doing it this way for this one. But you'll notice I warped in at 30 km, so that's important to note. And we're going to try and stay around that 30 km. So you'll notice from time to time, I'm going to check the little box in the middle where it says Blood Haven, and check how far I am out from that middle area. You could also try to orbit something, but I kind of like to just judge it, since sometimes you want to be aligned out anyways in case somebody comes into the sector. So we're getting through the last guy here in first wave, which is the last Patriarch. And we're just going to let our drones finish it out because we want full missiles for when the next wave comes in, basically. So next wave has come in. We notice there's a Pope. So Popes are dangerous. So what we're going to do is put the drones once again on the little guys, on the frigates. And we're going to go ahead and hit that Pope down, because what the Popes will do is they'll run away. Popes will always try to run out to like 50 km, which is going to be a little bit outside of our missile range. Our missile range on an alpha is 35 km. So if a Pope runs out past your 35 km, you can no longer hit him with missiles. So that was the reason I chose to hit him with the missiles first before he could get out that far. The Patriarchs don't run away. They kind of stay in the middle, so you can kind of take your time and hit them. What you don't want to do is get in real close to the Patriarchs. So that's the reason I sometimes manually click in space and get a little bit away from them, so that I'm not right up close to them. Okay, and we are done with the second wave. Here comes the third. And you'll notice we got some little Corpi guys that are Corpi worshippers. One of them put a, what's it called? A warp disruptor on me, but I took that guy out, and then I went for the Pope once again. And the missiles ran out, but I am hitting down that Pope. If he gets out to 35, he's going to be out of the range of my missiles. So at that point, I'll have to switch the drones onto him. So he did get out of the range of my missiles. So I'm going to switch the missiles eventually off of him, let the drones finish him off, and then switch the missiles onto what's close to me, which is going to be the other Pope is still close to me. So I'll switch the missiles onto the closer Pope. And this is going to work. So getting rid of the Popes first is a good, especially when there's so many like this, is a good strategy, because that takes away the DPS. So you can see how I'm kind of managing the shields. I always have the EM and the thermal, because I'm running against Blood Raiders right now, and they're EM and thermal. If you're not running against Blood Raiders, of course you're going to want to swap those out for the modules that are resistant to the type of enemy you're against. So for Blood Raiders, they do EM and thermal damage. So that's the reason I have EM and thermal Hardeners in right now. And what I'm doing is I'm managing the shield booster. So I'll cycle that on sometimes and cycle it off, just so that my CPU will be okay. So this will be third wave completed here. And here we go with the fourth wave. And we've got some little guys, and not really too big of a deal. We're going to go ahead and hit down the Popes with our missiles and use a strategy of taking the drones against the little guys, which will work good for us. That Pope may get beyond our range. Nope, we just got him before he got out of range, so we'll put now we'll switch. We'll put the drones on the Pope to take it out, and we'll go ahead and take out the Patriarchs with our missiles. And from time to time, I am checking to see how far I am from the actual center point, which is that Bloodhaven center point. And I'm going to try and stay around 30 to 35 for that. That's the reason I keep checking that, and I'll manually click in space sometimes. You see I'm getting pretty decent ticks. That was an 11K tick, but I get a little more than that a little bit later in the video. I think because I just started this site, and I already got that tick, but it does go up from there. Okay, so this will be fourth wave finished, and we have two more. I think the fifth wave gets a little dangerous, if I remember correctly. This Patriarch's going to go down, and okay, here we go with the fifth wave. And we've got these, yeah, the reason this gets a little dangerous is these guys newt you. So these Elder Corpum guys, what I'm doing is I'm checking who's newting, and I'm killing them first. I do have a little bit of protection with this battery. The battery does actually negate some of the newt from coming from them. So it doesn't affect us totally when they newt us, but we do want to still get them out as fast as possible, the neuters basically. And then after that, we're going to deal with the damage dealers. So you can see we just got Popes and Patriarchs left here. So definitely want to get the drones on the Pope and take that out while I'm going ahead and taking my missiles onto the Patriarch. So we're going to split it that way, and we should end up around the same time. We should end up completing this, the drones and missiles. Let's see. And this will be the fifth wave completed. Okay, the Pope's going down. I ran out of missiles, so as soon as I activate the missiles onto this Patriarch, he should start going down too. Yeah, and we'll actually pull the drones to help out, so that you can see the drones are coming back to help us out. All right, I did notice that I'm still around 30 there on the center point, so it actually set me up pretty good for this last wave that came in. It had a ton of little frigates in it, but they're not terribly bad frigates. They're easy to deal with, and I noticed there's a Pope, but it was already out of my missile range, so I know that I'm going to have to put drones on that. So I think eventually when we clear the little frigates, I will start putting drones on the Pope. Yep, so drones on the Pope, and I will once again put my missiles on the Patriarch. So we're going to handle it that way. We've got quite a few Patriarchs in this last wave here, but the Pope is a bigger threat, so we're going to take him out with our drones. And I still got a little bit of frigates to go here, but they're not doing too much damage. This wave does get me down a little bit, but we're still able to tank it, so it wasn't that big of a deal. This fit does have a lot of tank and a lot of resist, so overall this fit has been pretty good. I actually did have to warp off temporarily there because an enemy came into the system, but I came back into the site and just continued from where I was. It does help to be aligned out, so I tried to do that. You'll see me aligning out sometimes, and if an enemy comes into the system, I'll be ready to warp. So I'll just pull drones in. If they don't make it back to me, that's fine, because I know I can still reconnect to them once I get back in. Okay, and since I had warped out and came back in, that's why this Patriarch's shield had kind of regenerated a little bit. But we still get him, and we'll go after the last two here, and this will be wave 6 out of 6 completed. So as I said, I've had really good luck with these havens with this fit. Please do try it. Let me know if it works for you. Try to get the rock havens if at all possible, because those are a little bit easier. And please do, if you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe to me, and that will help me out quite a bit. So thank you very much, guys, and have a good one.